It's Wednesday morning. I'm just waking up. But in all of this Epstein stuff that's been going on for the last month, I've spoken a lot um, about one of Jeffrey Epstein's victims. Back then, her name was Virginia Roberts when she was a 16-year-old girl working in the spa at Mar-a-Lago, where she was recruited by Ghislaine Maxwell. She later married, and her name became Virginia Giuffre. She became an outspoken survivor of Jeffrey Epstein and Prince Andrew and Mar-a-Lago and Donald Trump. And then she took her own life earlier this year. And her name is back at the forefront because Donald Trump, yesterday or the day before, was asked about Virginia Giuffre. And Donald Trump said that Epstein stole her from him when she was a minor. He said, yeah, I think she worked at the spa. I think so. I think that was one of the people. Yeah, he stole her. And by the way, she had no complaints about us, none whatsoever. And Donald Trump said, Jeffrey Epstein stole her from me. I find his choice of language there to be particularly significant. He didn't say, yeah, Epstein poached a couple of my employees. He said Jeffrey Epstein stole her from me, a 16-year-old girl. On the one hand, I'm grateful that every single time Donald Trump opens his mouth, he makes this situation so dramatically worse for him and for the people who support him. But Virginia Roberts, when she was 16 years old and took that job at Mar-a-Lago, it changed the course of her life forever and permanently. Because Donald Trump was such close friends with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, they had access to Mar-a-Lago and everybody at Mar-a-Lago, including Virginia Roberts. And they stole her from him and abused her for years. That led to her becoming a very outspoken accuser in the state of Florida. She, I'm sure, didn't intend to, but, basically became like the spokesperson for all of Jeffrey Epstein's victims. She was the most prominent one. And then she got married and she tried to start her life over again. And if you want to watch that path, watch that documentary on Netflix, Jeffrey Epstein, Filthy Rich. She is a huge part of that documentary, and they follow her path from start until a couple of years ago. And she killed herself earlier this year. And I just think the reality of these teenage girls and these young women and what they experienced, and there are a lot of other victims who are interviewed about the exact things that they endured in that documentary. And, as always, I just think the victims are being overshadowed and probably re-traumatized on a daily basis by this amount of coverage that they can't escape. he stole her from me.